Hey fellow agents, this is Agent Smith and we are going to be playing King's Quest 2. So in the previous one we took a carpet ride, brought us up here to this mountain, and got by this little snake, and we're about to go into this cave, but I feel ever so obligated to put my hand into holes every time I see them. So, let's put our hand in this hole.
You reach into the cavity and feel around. What is this? You've discovered a button hidden inside the rock. You press it and wait to see what happens next.
It glows and apparently manifests people.
In an instant, a man stands beside you. He appears to be somewhat of an adventurer, much like yourself.
Kind of looks like the dude.
I am King Graham of
Quest of
Daventry.
Glory.
The newcomer
2.
nods in greeting. Without a word, he respectfully appraises you. You notice about him the manner of one who has only recently learnt the meaning of heroism.
From where do you hail, good sir?
The man opens his
No
mouth
answer.
to answer, but then pauses to consider that question. Evidently deciding that irrelevant exposition would serve neither party, he casually gestures to the hole in the rock behind you.
Might I inquire something of your identity?
After
He comes
a
from
brief
the rock.
search of his own person, the man pulls out a scroll card and hands it to you. You unroll it, and it reads, "Having fulfilled the requirements in accordance with the statutes of the famous Adventurers Correspondence School, the bearer is a qualified
yep,
would-be
he
hero."
definitely is.
The man also shows you a medallion. Upon it are the words, "Hero of Spielberg." You reverently return the scroll to the man.
You don't say much, do you?
No, he
With
does
a sigh
not.
of
Throughout
resignation,
any of the games.
the man shakes his head silently.
Surely you might speak to me of your adventures.
The man
Meh.
becomes quite enthused about the prospect of relating his most recent adventure to you. Just as he is about to speak, however,
This guy's from the Quest for Glory.
you notice something on the ground that the man must have dropped.
In the Quest for Glory games, you play the character you
retrieve
create.
the paper. It appears to be a scroll. Upon it is some writing. Disclaimer, you have just witnessed a rather shameless plug for the remake of Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire by the entities of AGD Interactive. Available now. As you read the writing, the words are ingrained in your mind. The scroll
Forever.
disappears.
We will never forget. And actually, that's one of the ones I'll be going into in this year of Sierra stuff, is the whole Quest for Glory series. And I'm so glad that they redid number 2, because that was the one that really needed it. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look into Alias Cave. Hopefully we'll find what we need. There we go. I'm like, how many part out? Or this nicely lit home.
As you had been expecting, this is your average, ordinary, run-of-the-mill cave. You are naturally surprised to see it is fully decorated and very well furnished.
Yeah.
An ancient book lies open on the workbench. Though its pages are torn and faded, the cover is still a bright blood red.
Let's take it. By which I
You
mean read
flip
it.
through the book entitled Ye Old Book of Enchantments, Causes, and Cures. The first half contains a list of enchantments. These do not interest you, as you have no desire to inflict inconvenience upon others. However, the Cures section does capture your curiosity. While
Cures.
browsing, you spy a promising paragraph.
Ye Old Book of Enchantments, Causes, and Cures. While casting enchantments upon others may provide you with many daily hours of fun, do not ignore the danger that a miscast spell may have upon your person. For this reason, you should prepare a simple item with which you can protect yourself against the effects of an enchantment, as well as providing a means for reversing said spell, should it be deemed necessary. Only the power of the emerald can properly dispel an enchantment, and thus the steps to create one are as follows. Firstly, heat a blue mineral and a yellow vegetable. A plant is an acceptable alternative. Together, until they coagulate into a greenish liquid. So a blue mineral and a yellow vegetable. Alright. I think I should write it down, but I'm sure I can come back to all of this. Anyway, to make it in a greenish liquid, stir the mixture with a white feather, which I have that. Drop it into a perfectly clear crystal and recite. Heed now these words: crystal perfect, green is thy hue, restore, correct. Guard well my form, preserve, protect. You will now have the means to safeguard yourself should your enchantments ever get out of hand. To restore that which is under the effect of an enchantment, simply allow a strong light to pass through your emerald at the subject. Then behold the restoration. Okay.
Some incredibly valuable furniture has been placed here. You wonder how it is protected against the elements, as there are no obvious means of sealing the cave. A collection of books are stacked side by side on a nearby shelf. Most of the titles are written in a mysterious language that you don't understand.
Of course.
So you suspect that they are about magic.
I feel like we're in that sorcerer's place, and because of that, I think I want to save this, just to be safe.
This long staff looks magical in nature.
Well, it's mine now.
Enchanter staffs are very powerful objects. You dare not touch this one, for fear of the consequences you may bring upon yourself.
I have no fears. No fears of consequences.
Some incredibly... You hear footsteps approaching.
Oh, no. See? Yep, and I'm all up in his business.
Uh-oh, the Enchanter has caught you in his lair. He twirls his hands and then utters some words under his breath. You feel a tingling sensation all over your body as the enchantment transforms you into whatever he desires.
A duck.
What an enchanting encounter. Enjoy the rest of your...
Hopefully.
You approach the workbench for a closer look.
There we go.
A clear beaker. It is useful for mixing various fluids, chemicals, and minerals together.
Okay, we're gonna have to take a look in the inventory. Let's see what we have. We've got a blue mineral. We'll take the brooch. We'll take the brooch. Drop that in here.
You toss the brooch into the beaker.
Then we have a yellow flower, like they had said, or a yellow plant.
You toss the sickly yellow flower into the beaker.
Sickly, but it'll be powerful soon. Then we'll use my sword to spark this stone.
You strike the blade of your sword against the flint stone. It sparks, and the wick catches alight. You watch, fascinated, as the two unlikely objects melt under the heat of the magical flame.
See? Green liquid. Now we need to stir it with a white feather.
You stir the mixture carefully with the white feather. It soon dissolves in the hot liquid.
Of course it does. And then speak the words over it.
The time is not right.
And then hey, you. Doop, 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 doop. Take a look at all of our stuff.
This is the sword of the first king of Daventry. It dates back almost 1,000 years and has been passed down from king to king since that time. Try not to damage it. Cat. A magnificent clear crystal is embedded within its hilt.
Yes. I remember them saying that. We need to get that out of there.
It is...
Take the hammer and get the hilt.
You managed to dislodge the crystal that had been set within the hilt of the sword almost a millennium ago. You feel a tinge of guilt and wonder what all the past monarchs of Daventry would say if they saw you damaging ancient crown property.
We are making it better. I'm going to drop this into the solution.
You drop the crystal in and watch, amazed, as the green liquid slowly seeps into it.
This is how emeralds are created. Not really. No.
Heed now these words. Crystal, perfect. Green is thy hue. Restore, correct. Guard well my form. Preserve, protect.
You recite the words correctly, line for line, and sure enough, only a brilliant emerald remains in the glass beaker. You quickly blow the flame out so as not to overheat the emerald and cause damage to it.
There we go.
Picking it up gingerly, you're amazed that the emerald took virtually no time at all to cool.
Sweet. Now, I bet if we combine that with our sword...
This object is not enchanted and therefore cannot be dispelled.
Oh, we need to use it to dispel stuff. Okay. Well, that seems to be all we need, but at least we're protected here. We can't go any other directions. I checked that the last time. Let's use this on stuff. Like this green-eyed creature.
A large snake is blocking the path.
Not for long.
As you direct the sun's light through the emerald at the snake, you behold a wondrous transformation.
He's a human. Oh, no, it's a horse. Oh, that's even better. A Pegasus.
Before you now stands a magnificent winged horse.
So the Enchanter turned him into a snake?
Thank you for freeing me. A horrid enchanter transformed me into that legless thing after I refused to be his steed.
As a douche. Alright, thank you. See ya. Just kidding. Let's
That
talk.
was quite a gamble, to refuse an enchanter.
True, but I could not have accepted, even if I had wanted to. For I am a disciple of the cloud, and can serve no land dweller.
Disciple of the cloud? What does that
Which
mean?
means he's from the Air
First,
City.
tell me of what you seek up here.
You take a deep breath, then explain about the Door of Destiny, the gems of nature, and your present quest to locate the growth gem.
So, you seek the air gem?
No, the growth
Yes, that
gem.
is
I said the
right.
growth gem.
You know of it?
Most certainly. But you will not be able to reach it by any means available to you or any of your kind.
Unless
I
I
will
bridle you.
gladly take you to it. But alas,
Oh, there you
the
go.
Enchanter took and hid from me my bridle. Without it, we could search for 1,000 years and still never find the cloud spirit.
Where did he hide your
So the
bridle?
magical bridle, huh?
I do not know. Perhaps a clue may be found in that blackguard's abode behind me.
Okay. So we need to go check his place out again. Doop dap boop it up. Skip up doop. Up doop. Walking on the clouds, boop dip loop dip. Alright. Alrighty, let's see. Books?
A collection of books are stacked side by side on a nearby shelf. Most of the titles are written in a mysterious language that you don't understand, so you suspect that they are about magic.
Obviously.
A neatly displayed scroll hangs on the wall. However, its archaic symbols and wording will forever remain a mystery to you.
I make sure I keep saving in here, considering this guy will consistently come and get me.
The scroll is nailed to the wall.
Can I remove it? Jeez.
Brandishing your sword might make you appear an accomplished fighter, but you will not make many friends by being careless with it. Besides, it's valuable. Take care of it.
Yeah. We've used it for all kinds of ridiculous toolery. Now suddenly it matters.
There is no reason. A stab in the dark.
Okay. Uh-oh.
You hear footsteps
Crap.
approaching.
I can't skip this till I die.
Uh-oh, the Enchanter has caught you in his lair. He twirls his hands, aims them at you, and then utters some words under his breath.
Not if I don't have a
You
chance.
feel a tingling sensation.
Nothing's
all
gonna
over your
happen now,
body
right? I'm
As the
protected.
enchantment attempts to transform you into whatever the Enchanter has fancied. At the same time, you also feel the comforting energy of the
Yes.
emerald shielding you. The Enchanter's twisted smile turns downwards.
You got nothing,
He
bitch.
scowls at you.
What, boo? What? Oh, shit.
There is a look of panic on the man's face.
I bet.
He does not dare breathe.
I hereby order you to depart from Kalima forever, never to trouble its citizens again, lest you earn the fullness of my wrath.
The
I'll give you some
Enchanter
full
looks
wrath.
baffled. You sigh inwardly
doesn't
and
understand your
try
words.
again.
Leave. If you come back, then you will get it.
The Enchanter nods frantically, as much as he can without
He's
cutting
like,
his
"I
own
will,
neck on your
but-
sword
but-"
edge. He gestures quickly with his hands.
See you. Bye-bye. Oh, shit, he took his whole place. Well, then. There's something here.
You notice that some writing has been engraved into the wall. You read the inscription.
In row of stones that number 6, half and a par, from left do pick. Quell then my spell, avoid the tricks. A row of stones at number 6. 6 stones. half and a pair from left to pick. So half is 3, and then 2 more, or the 3rd and the 5th, or just the 5th. Either way. Let's
The
see.
engraving on the wall
Yeah, I
reads,
just read it.
in row of stones that number 6, half and a pair from left do pick. Quell then my spell, avoid the tricks.
Should have done. I didn't know he was going to read it for me. Well then, what the fuck do I do with this?
You are standing in an empty cave.
Well, I don't know what else I can do. Whatever puzzle this is, I'm apparently going to have to figure it out somewhere else, because obviously there's nothing here anymore. We don't have anything we can do with the horse. We can't get him any assistance unless we can find where this guy's bridle is hidden. That's probably what this puzzle is for, is to find his bridle, so he can get us to the Air City if we can. So, that leaves us with no other option but to fly back home. For now. Maybe they're referring to books or an actual pile of stones.
You unroll the
I don't know where
magic
I've seen
carpet,
anything
lay
like
it on
that,
the
but-
ground, and sit on it. The carpet
see what we
rises
see.
into the air again.
Fly like an eagle.
The carpet begins to descend.
Then fall to the ground. Oh. Oh, yes. Actually, now that I think about it, I do know one. At the end of this turn, there is a pile of rocks. And it seemed like we could interact with them, or like they wanted to do something with them. Now we can. And that damn Enchanter is no longer bothering us. Yes, yes, yes. I remember. Pile of stones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. Let's move this one. That's the 5th one.
You try to
3
lift
and
the
a pair.
stone, but it will not budge.
3 in a pair from the left. We can just start using all my inventory items. Or actually, you know what? Let's lose our new stuff. I'm going to use my emerald first. From the bottom down. Which is apparently what we need to do. But 3
You
in
bend
a pair
over and
is
hold
5,
the emerald
so
above the stone so that the sun's
There
light
we
channels
go.
through it.
so much disenchanting. Puff. It's a bridle.
Incredible. The rock has transformed into a silver-studded bridle.
How perfect. Awesome.
You take the bridle.
Now we just need a bride. I mean a ride. There we go. That's the weirdest
As you
carpet
reach down
riding.
to get the carpet, it vanishes into thin air without even so much as a puff of smoke.
It's just gone. Obviously, we've got everything we need to move forward. That works out perfectly. But we are getting pretty close to the end of this, so that is everything on destroying the Enchanter and getting this bridle for this horse. And, yeah. I think I'm going to end this one here. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so you know when I put out my videos. If you're interested in helping my channel out, check out patreon.com/ASRG. I haven't really plugged that in a long time, so nobody goes over there. But if you are interested, check it out. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Hey, fellow agents, don't forget to like and subscribe by clicking the button in the center of the screen. You can also find the last video by clicking the button to the left, and you can take a look at some of the other stuff I've done by clicking the button to the right. Hope you enjoyed the video, and have a good day.